Welcome to week 4 of Bible Studies for Life. Man, I'm excited about the passage today. James chapter 3, talking about that evil little 2-ounce muscle that hangs out in our mouths called our tongues and how we control them. So I'm looking forward to this. Hey, before we dive in, be sure and like our video, subscribe to it. If you haven't already, share it with others. Let them see what is happening. Let them learn from it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. Thank you for teaching. Those of you that are teachers, God bless you. Praying that God will use you in a great way right where you are. So let's dive into James chapter 3. Not many should become teachers, my brothers, because you know that we will receive a stricter judgment. For we all stumble in many ways. If anyone does not stumble in what he says, he is mature, able also to control the whole body. Okay, because we gear this towards teachers, this is a great warning, right? Maybe this is telling you to stop. I don't know. You think that's what it says? It doesn't tell you not to be a teacher. What it says is to aspire to maturity. And we talk about within this book, the marks of maturity. Well, clearly, one of those marks is the ability to control your speech, to mind what you say, to control your words. He says, don't become a teacher just, don't aspire to it, because you're going to get a stricter judgment. It's going to be harder on you. What you say is listened to. How you act is watched. People know that, right? They see that, and you know that, don't you? They look at those who are Christian leaders, and there is a higher expectation of morality, a higher ethical expectation on you. Don't shy away from that. Lean into it and embrace that, because this is what God calls all of us to. It's not just that he only calls teachers to it. He calls everyone to this, but those who are teachers are certainly watched more by those who are not, those who are outside of that group, right? For we all stumble in many ways. Do you see this? Okay, listen. Perfection is not required to be a teacher. Paul says we all stumble in many ways. We all have our faults. We don't have to be perfect. And don't think I can't teach because I'm not perfect, or I failed this week so I shouldn't teach this week. None of us is perfect. We all stumble in many ways. If anyone does not stumble in what he says, he says, he is mature, able to control the whole body. So if you're able to mind what you say and you don't stumble in what you say, that is maturity. And he says, if you can control your words, you can control your whole body, that you can control the whole aspect of every aspect of your life. Now, if we put bits into the mouths of horses so that they obey us, we direct their whole bodies, and consider ships, though very large and driven by fierce winds, they are guided by a very small rudder wherever the will of the pilot directs. So too, though the tongue is a small part of the body, it boasts great things. Here is this. 2 illustrations for us. First one is the bit. The bit, compared to the size of a horse, the bit that goes in their mouth is very small, and yet by using that in the range, we're able to control this large horse, right? And then he talks about the rudder. Compared to the size of the ship, the rudder is very small, and yet the rudder goes where the pilot takes the ship, wherever the pilot directs it, right? As the pilot desires the rudder to turn, that's where the ship goes. So, too, the tongue is a small part, but it does great things. It can accomplish great things. And this word great doesn't necessarily mean good, but it means big, right? Large things. It has a big impact. And we know this. He talks next about a fire and how a fire gets started with a very small spark, right? That's all that it takes. It doesn't take much. So with the tongue, we bless our Lord and Father, and with it, we curse people who are made in God's likeness. Blessing and cursing come out of the same mouth, my brothers and sisters. These things should not be this way. Listen, controlling your speech is an indicator of maturity. Controlling your speech can be an indicator of spiritual growth, and the lack of control of your speech can be an indicator, then, the flip side of this, of a lack of spiritual growth, and maybe even a lack of spiritual existence, that there may not be spiritual life there at all. Right? The fact that there's not good words that are coming out. He says, you bless your Lord and then you curse people. With this, they shouldn't come out of the same mouth. I mean, this is the double-minded thing that James talks about often, right? How can that be? How can it be that you could bless God, you could sing praises to God, you could worship Him, and then with that same mouth, that same tongue, use it to curse people and to hate people and to be mean and angry. We must, those things must match in our lives. What we say to the Lord and how we treat other people must match. We can't have this double life where we act all Christian here, but then we live in a way that's completely different Monday through Saturday, but then on Sunday we show up and we've got all the good Christian words to say. You know, James is acting like he's watched people. You know, he's writing as if he has actually seen the way people act and the way we live every day. And he talks about how this can completely pollute our lives. It can destroy our home. It can destroy your work. It can destroy your own friendships with people, and your own personal life can be destroyed by the words that we say, the things that we let come out of our mouths. He says earlier than this, you know, it's almost like we can set everything on fire. We can burn it all down. We have to really be careful with the things that we say, even quiet criticisms and subtle innuendos. We must be careful, but certainly not lies and slander and profanity and obscenities. You know, these things cannot be a part of our lives. They resonate with our fallen nature. They sound more like our lostness than our salvation life, doesn't it? Our new life in Christ. And he says that I think if this is what's happening, right? This inconsistent speech in our life where there's this praising and cursing at the same time, what it reveals is a heart that is polluted, a heart that is not pure, and this divided heart. And so it may be that we're playing a Christian game, but we not really have genuine faith. It may be that we have genuine faith, but we have some unsettled anger, bitterness, hurt, unforgiveness, other issues in our heart that are causing us to easily access evil words and negative words that cause those things to come out. And listen, what we say reveals what's in us, and so we really have to be mindful and listen to what am I saying, and not justifying what I'm saying. It's okay that I said that, but ask the question, what is going on in me that those things would come out? And not just change my words, but change my heart, right? Listen to my heart. Okay. Who among you is wise and understanding? By his good conduct he should show that his works are done in the gentleness that comes from wisdom. But if you have bitter envy and selfish ambition in your heart, don't boast and deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. For where there is envy and selfish ambition, there is disorder and every evil practice. He here is talking about the heart and how the heart gets revealed in how we talk and what we say, and even the wisdom that we claim, right? That we might claim wisdom and understanding, right? But that's shown by our good conduct, by what we do, right? Not by the claims that we have. And that if you have bitter envy and selfish ambition in your heart, that you're actually going to be denying God's truth, that you're going to be denying the true wisdom and grabbing hold of worldly wisdom, right? This wisdom that doesn't come from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, and demonic even. This envy and selfish ambition that comes out in us shows disorder and yields evil practice. And the window to see that is by what we say, our words. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peace-loving, gentle, compliant, full of mercy and good fruits, unwavering, without pretense. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who cultivate peace. How we live, what comes out of us, the words that we speak, reveal a maturity or a lack thereof in our own lives, and that those actions show which wisdom we have grabbed hold of and which we have made a part of our lives. Have we grabbed hold of earthly wisdom, demonic wisdom, worldly wisdom, or godly wisdom, this pure wisdom that is peace-loving and gentle and compliant and full of mercy, good fruits, unwavering, without pretense, without making a show? Right? The fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who cultivate peace. I just want to have this thought about, what happens if we can consistently deal with our heart and yield this fruit of the Spirit, this fruit that shows, right, this wisdom from above, and what happens in our lives if we change then what we say, like if what we said at home, if there wasn't gossip and complaining and hateful, mean jokes and sarcasm and negative talk all the time, but if we spoke to people with simple words, in our home we talk about the words that we always use and we require to be used in our home. Please, thank you, you're welcome, I'm sorry. These words, are simple words. And then I love you. Those are simple words to say, but they can create a different atmosphere in our home, and they can reveal a different action that comes out of, we change the fruit, and it is kind of a thing where what we say reveals what's in our heart. But sometimes if we can change what we say, it can change our heart. It can be a part of that process of changing our heart, what's there. Well, we have to deal with that. We have to look at what we say and then ask, what's going on in my heart and what needs to be fixed here so that I can make right what I say. Hey, I don't know if that helps or not. I hope it does. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Hey, you want to be a teacher? It's tough work. God bless you. Thank you for doing it. Please subscribe, share this video, like it, comment, let us know how God's teaching you through all of this. We'll see you next time.